Today, the sign on the side of Usery Mountain in Phoenix is getting an upgrade. A Boy Scout troop from Gilbert is going to be doing some maintenance on the letters, which point people to Phoenix. But have you ever looked at this sign and actually wondered why it was put there in the first place? Our John Genovese is joining us live this morning with the backstory. And so, John, you found out that this was actually all about directing planes to the city?
Yeah, no, hey, it's known as an air marker and was built back in the 50s to literally tell pilots where to go. Now, the planes that fly into Sky Harbor have sophisticated GPS and autopilot systems, but as the city was just starting to expand, that wasn't always the case.
You can certainly see it from all over the East Valley.
From the 202 to the US 60, and clearly legible from high in the sky.
The width of the letters here, such as the P in Phoenix, is 12 feet wide and 100 feet long.
From most angles, it's deceiving, but flip this sign on its side and it'd be about the height of the Eiffel Tower. Ranger Brennan Bosler with Usery Mountain Regional Park says its origins date back to 1949 to an eccentric World War II pilot named Charlie Merritt.
And he was a scout leader and he needed a project for his teenage guys, scouts, to do. So as a community project, he decided what Phoenix needs is an air marker, a sign like this to direct traffic into Phoenix, air traffic that is.
Imagine this, the teens used dynamite to blast out bedding and more than 400 gallons of paint on the whitewashed rocks making up the letters and arrow. It took the Air Explorers group 5.5 years to build, and in 1956 was featured in a newspaper column titled Teenage Triumphs.
So it was really appropriate because there were no nav aids. I mean, navigation aids really are a thing of about the last 60 years.
Aviation expert Ron Nielsen says at the time, you have to remember there weren't many highways or houses around. Still today, he says air markers are a crucial part of piloting, but they're not typically quite as obvious.
When a pilot gets his license, a big part of his initial training is to learn how to fly just between him and the natural surroundings out there.
Now, more than 65 years after it was first finished, Ranger Bosler says once every decade or so, volunteers, even a work crew of county inmates have been out here to keep it looking polished. A strange sight at first, serving a once important purpose.
Some people could say, oh, it's not natural, which it isn't natural, obviously, but it is a part of our history, and it goes back many, many decades when, airline travel wasn't the same as it is today, so it met a need at the time.
Now, there was actually a shooting range down from the sign at the base of the mountain. One of the few days that range is closed is on New Year's Day, and that's why those Gilbert Boy Scouts are heading up there. Probably a safe decision, no, hey, but really, those letters are deceiving. Even standing there, they are much bigger than you would think.
Yeah, I'm totally shocked when you said that it would be the height of the Eiffel Tower. That gives me a whole new perspective. I just can't believe it. What a cool backstory, John. Thanks for that.